Hello, and welcome to the Ark II commentary track for the pilot episode of Ark II. My name's Andy Mangels. I'll be your host today, and joining me are some of the tremendous men and women who worked to bring this series to television, including
Lou Scheimer, and I have no idea what my title was on this.
You were executive producer.
I was executive producer, which means I didn't do anything.
That's right. Dick Rosenbloom and I was the producer.
Henry Lang, I was the assistant director.
And I'm Jean Traeger. I was Jean Marie Hon at the time. I played Ruth on Ark II.
There's Terry Lester, who's no longer with us. He was a wonderful guy to work with, wasn't he?
He was wonderful to work with.
Yeah, very good.
Now, one of the things people most remember about the show is the vehicles. They were all pretty extensive. Those were custom built for the show, correct?
Oh, yes.
on cheap chassis.
Tell us about this vehicle. How is it built, and how is it to work with?
It's a truck to begin with, and we went to an automobile design company, and I can't remember. It was over in it was over in
In the Valley?
It was over in Century City, and they had done some really interesting stuff. So we did this thing, and actually it came out on the freeway, and people thought that the space shuttle was being delivered to Paramount Park.
For millions of years, Earth was fertile.
Jean Marie, remember the monkey?
Oh, yes, I do. I remember him very well, especially that one incident in the Ark. We were all in the Ark, ready to exit, and the director was about to say action. We were crammed up in the Ark, all of us, Jonah, Samuel, myself, and Adam the monkey. When the director said action, I guess everything happened simultaneously, including he bit my finger. And so that gave us all a scare. I was rushed to the hospital.
Yeah, look at the teeth on that guy.
I remember, production was stopped, and but I'm okay.
No monkey rabies?
No monkey rabies.
I think everything went at once and scared the monkey, I think is what happened.
Yeah.
And he just did what he had to do.
Yeah, and my finger was right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just perfect height for him.
But he bit someone else, too, after that, didn't he? I can't remember.
Not me again.
There's your there's your credit, Dick.
That's
Well, I remember too. We had one of the grips, Big John,
Oh.
who would always groom the monkey. They used to. They were great friends. And
Oh, there's Jonathan Harris, who is no longer with us. This was a nice episode.
Jonathan Harris, of course, was famous for working on Lost in Space.
Lost in Space, a few years prior to this, right?
And he later did Space Academy with you, Lou.
Yeah, and on top of that, he also did an animation voice for us. We did My Favorite Martian.
Had you worked with him before, Jean Marie?
Not prior to the show, but he was wonderful to work with. Always had stories.
Yeah, he's a great storyteller and a great character. Great character.
Got mad at me because I didn't negotiate. Well, I'll tell you later on.
Okay.
No, we did another one with him.
He did a second episode,
We did because this was really a nice little show.
Where did you film all of this?
it's now Malibu State Creek Park, but it was the Paramount Ranch.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of sets left over from Planet of the Apes and Sand Pebbles, and we made use of all of them.
Well, that brings up the fact that, the Planet of the Apes was very popular at the time. This was kind of very early on in the post-apocalyptic genre.
Yeah.
You were kind of groundbreaking in this arena.
It's funny. It's tough to talk about because I keep watching the thing instead of thinking about it.
I haven't seen this in
30 years.
30 years. So,
Well, Jean Marie, you've actually got some family members who are here who haven't ever seen this at all.
Well, I guess one thing I can guarantee, we'll get you some DVDs for nothing.
So where were you in your acting career at this point when you got Ark II?
Ark II, Lou Scheimer and Norm Prescott, that was my first job. I did some commercials prior to that, but this was my first series, And I know with Samuel, too. So the two of us, we learned a lot. And we had a lot of fun. It was a great summer between school. I was going to UCLA at the time also. And this was a great way to spend a summer vacation. But I will tell you, it did turn my life because I did withdraw from UCLA for quite a few semesters. It was the quarter system. Quite a few quarters I withdrew. And I did a lot of work for 10 years after that.
So yeah. You know, it's so funny, Jean Marie. This has been 30 years since we've seen one another.
I know.
And I must tell you, folks, you haven't seen her. We have seen her. She is just beautiful.
Absolutely.
Well, they'll be seeing her in some interviews.
Oh, that's true.
For the show. Yeah.
If you buy the DVD.
Okay, tell us about this jet. This is called the jet jumper.
Well, this was a thing that Bell Aircraft had developed, and never really went anywhere.
Yeah, it all went up, but also it came down.
Nelson Tyler.
And I can't remember the outfit, but somebody in Van Nuys, I think, had
Nelson
bought
Tyler,
it.
wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Nelson Tyler, who
Bought the thing.
bought the thing because he had a lot of equipment and things that he did for the film industry, aircraft cameras and things like that. And one of the guys, I don't remember his name, still flew it.
Well, the guy who flew it was actually a ranger in upstate New York. And he
Yes.
came out to do it, and the day
Yes.
we filmed, I think, 8 flights. The day
Yes.
we filmed all the flights that we used.
Yeah.
And it would actually fly for about 30 seconds.
That's all, yeah.
And there
it
was
had a thing,
device in his
a
helmet,
device in
which
his helmet.
at about 20 would start banging him on the head because when it ran out of fuel, you would
It
drop
dropped.
like a rock.
And one time, he did.
He did. He did.
Yeah, I remember, because Bell was located in Buffalo, and he was the only guy that
That did it.
that had
Was crazy
flown it. Crazy enough to fly it.
And he was half Terry Lester's size. And he had to fit into the costume. If you look at him when he's flying, it's sort of baggy on him.
But it was quite exciting to work with that, and
Did any of the crew members ever try it out just to see what it
No.
was like?
Oh, no.
it was a very
We
tricky.
had a fake, the fake one that Terry...
Terry wore.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then
Terry wore.
We'd go to him pushing the button and
Yeah.
go to our guy taking off.
Yeah, so none of it was actually wires. It was all...
No, that
No,
was a real jetpack, legitimate jetpack that Bell Aircraft had developed. I presume for the military, probably thinking of potential of moving people around in the combat zone or something. I don't know, but
For 30 seconds.
they just couldn't get enough fuel or to keep it aloft any length of time. I think we had 4 cameras going. or
Four cameras for each flight,
going,
yeah.
for each flight to make sure we got as much footage as we could.
Well, you talked about filmation and stock footage before and some of the other things we've talked. That's stock footage again.
Yeah.
Now, here we have a scene between Jean Marie and Jose. Tell us about working with Jose.
Jose was a wonderful guy to work with. I remember his parents were always there, and he was a very down-to-earth guy.
Saying that the gas in this canister is deadly. But if one were to wear this mask, the gas couldn't hurt him. It's ingenious. I suggest.
Lou, tell us about the costumes on this. Who designed those? I think it was
Oh,
Bob
just-
Klein.
Yeah, no. Well, we did some drawings when we did the presentation for the show, but who did the costume?
Failure.
Thalia. Now, you guys, you know more about her than I do.
I have not been in touch with her in a
I haven't
long
either,
time.
but I just remember going through the costumes,
Yeah.
and I remember they were really hot, weren't they? For you guys?
Costumes were hot,
And this was all in the
sticky,
summer.
heat
out
of the
in
day,
valley,
yeah.
So
I remember after the director said, cut, we'd take off the tops, and I'll have, alternate tops to put on. At least I would. And, a lot of garment.
Yeah.
And John,
then the cuffs and the belts and all that on top of it that were all designed too.
It was very warm, I remember. I remember Herman used to follow me around with an umbrella.
Herman.
Remember Herman?
No, I don't.
I have a picture of Herman because I said, "Oh, Herman, you get under the umbrella with me." He goes, "No, that's not protocol." I said, "It doesn't matter. Come under the umbrella with me. It's very hot."
What?
Now, you filmed all this, you said, during one summer, correct?
Yeah.
What was the filming schedule like?
This was a 3-day?
3 days an episode, and it was pretty much all done during the non-school year because Jose was school age, so he'd have had to. We still had hour restrictions, but he didn't have to go to school, and all our kids didn't have to go to school.
You know, these shows, Ark II and Secrets of Isis and the other live-action shows, were really a breakthrough that Lou and Norm developed because everything for Saturday morning had been
Animation. basically.
animation or live studio stuff, you know? And the finance, the economics of making a film show.
What did these cost? I can't remember.
I think in the 60s,
70,000?
60 to 70,000
We did
an
it for, I thought it was
episode.
more, really.
Yeah, I think so. Ark II probably was the most expensive.
Most expensive.
It might have been 80.
Well,
80, 90.
Well, you know,
But the
but
other-
they paid us to do the truck, the vehicles. That was separate.
Yeah.
Right.
The vehicles were like $75,000 for the both vehicles.
I mean, that was...
Oh, I know. You ask why the live action? It was Fred Silverman, it was CBS, and we started with something else. I had presented to him a concept, an animated concept, not this one at all, and it was Captain Marvel. And he said, "Yeah, I'll buy that. I like that. It's a good idea." He said, "You can do it in live action, can't you?" I said, "Of course." And I left that room. I said, "No, what the heck am I going to do?" I mean, I had no idea how to do one of these things. But that's before,
That
That was the first season.
That was the first season. I didn't join you till the second season.
the second season.
Yeah,
Well, by the second season, we were pros
absolutely. You taught me.
about animation.
It was interesting because you had directors like Holly and Ted and a lot of the crew who had done the old black and white things that I grew up with, Fury and Lassie, and so this 2.5 day schedule they were very used to it.
Yeah, a lot of the people involved were major players in primetime television. Everett Chambers, who was with us, did Columbo. Holly Morse was...
Larry Pierce.
It was sort of
Larry-
a summer job. Ted.
Ted Post was a major feature director also,
And Arthur Nadell, who worked on all the live stuff as either director or producer.
Arnold Lavin.
Arnold Lavin. Who directed this one?
Ted.
This was Ted
This was a
Post.
pilot. Yeah, this was the first one.
Jean Marie, we just saw you get to drive one of the vehicles, and these days you don't see actors actually driving terribly much. Usually they're pulled on a camera car.
Yeah, we actually got to drive the vehicles. That little, I think it was called the Thing or the Rover.
The Rover.
But it was
the
a converted thing.
Yeah, it was the Rover. Yeah,
Oh, it was a thing. That's
Yeah,
right. That was
a VW thing.
It was a converted thing. Yeah, VW Thing converted. We called it the Rover, and yeah, I got to drive that all around. That was a lot of fun.
But it only had 2 gallons of gas in it.
I know, so I couldn't go very far.
And it wasn't because we were trying to keep her from running away with it. There was no room for the gas.
I would assume that most of the things we just saw there, where you're like putting a computer card into it and pushing buttons, I'm assuming that most of that actually did nothing.
They did nothing. Looked good, did nothing. Yeah, but I did that. I remember driving, with Samuel. I remember driving with Moochie the monkey. Yeah.
Before he bit you.
Before he bit me, even after. Yes, I had to be with him too. Couldn't get away from him.
Wheel tracks and horse tracks.
Oh, we can't get the roamer up there.
It's funny. We're supposed to be talking about all this stuff, and we keep staring at this picture.
I know
It's been so long.
How?
Most of us have not
This
seen
was
it
Terry's
since it was
first
made.
job, and I think he had just gotten
think
out of
so.
school.
Yeah.
He just graduated from college.
So you're working basically with 3 fairly new actors then at that point.
Thanks for taking the risk.
Are you kidding? We were lucky.
No. Norm and Lou definitely knew what they were doing. We didn't, but they did.
We didn't.
We just had to execute it. make sure we made it. But
I mean, to try to do this for Saturday morning with Saturday morning budgets
this was,
didn't seem possible. Oh, by the way, I did the voice of the monkey, but no one knows that.
just sounded like you.
Well, hey.
He didn't actually do his own grunts and squeals.
No, he.
I talked. How did I do that? I went like this and inhaled rather than exhaled when I talked.
I'm glad to see you two.
No more than we are to see you. Jonah.
That's what we used to always refer to as a tight 3 shot. Because we the one thing is to shoot these as fast as we didn't have a lot of coverage.
Well, what you said the production was 3 days per episode?
3 days on these.
3 days on these. On the other shows.
2.5 on the others.
On ISIS and the other one, we shot 2 a week, 2 different shows a week,
We usually had for the 6 days we'd do 2 episodes together. We had 1 day inside the Ark on stage.
How did you do that? I was there all the time, but it didn't seem possible.
I don't know. You know, the great thing about this industry is that everything you do, you're doing for the first time. I mean, certain things you repeat, but for the most part, every show you start, every project you work on is something new, different, and it's a real challenge. And I found, I'm retired, but I found that to be one of the most interesting parts of the industry. That is the freshness of everything we did, and this was one of them. You know, live action.
I of course knew nothing about what the heck we were doing. I hadn't been close. I hadn't been close to a live person outside of a studio. And and then we hired Everett Chambers, who was a producer and director on Columbo. Oh, well, that's another story.
Yeah.
No, was Everett supposed to be? He was supposed to be doing. No, not this show.
I don't know. I meant to call him this morning and see what shows he worked on, but I didn't. I should call him in between.
I could have remembered yesterday, but today it's worse.
Okay.
You better ask us another question.
This is the classic. This is the classic cutting between a tight 3 and like a tight 5 that we did.
Now that's technical stuff for you people out there watching this.
What is a tight 3 and a tight 5?
Well, it just that we didn't have a lot of close-ups like that.
Yeah.
There just wasn't time. And one of the fun things about, I think, the actors that came to do it, and we got a lot of big actors to do it, it was just a day or two. You know, if they had it in their schedule, they were happy to come, and they got to do something that their kids could see mom and dad on. You know, maybe they were doing the adult stuff, primetime stuff, and these were always just fun for them because it was kind of a different role.
They all had to grow facial hair for the scenes, though.
That's real on Jonathan. That's really his hair.
Jean Marie and Jose are like the only ones without facial hair in this show. Which is a good thing, right?
Good thing.
Now, you were one of the few women that was actually ever featured on this. It was very much a guy's show. So how did you find that atmosphere?
Being the only woman on the show was fine with me.
Fine with us.
I gotta tell you, the actors were just sensational.
Yeah.
They were the nicest people and are the nicest people. Everybody worked hard on this because they knew how difficult it was to do.
This show is one of a kind. I don't think it's ever been replicated, any type like this, a children's show, live action outdoors like this, for Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
I hear this camp is full of cowards.
Well, one of the other elements that was important about this was that it was a multi-ethnic cast as well.
Yeah.
We knew this was a unique show coming in, so we did put whatever effort we could. We did our best and accommodated whatever schedules we could.
You know, it's funny. I don't think we started out thinking about the crew of the Ark as being multiracial, multi-ethnic. But it just seemed like such a right thing to do about a show that's post-apocalyptic. What is it, laughing gas? Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's.
Either that or you had just walked into frame, Lou.
I don't want to say anything about gas.
Oh, that is laughing gas. There you go.
No magic, just a little good old nitrous oxide.
Jonathan liked this so much he wanted to do it. Did we do it? We did do a second one.
Yes.
It's the only one we ever did a
repeat.
A repeat.
Yeah.
It isn't because we had the costumes. It's
Brack and the other lords have been stripped of their power by the workers, thanks to all of you and the laughing gas.
And to your flies.
They were no
you would
longer
have done a wonderful Fagin. Well, he is Fagin.
He is Fagin in this episode.
receive proper schooling from now on.
What was the second episode that he did? What? do you
It's the same thing.
Same
don't.
thing,
Same
huh?
character.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah,
it was later
Fagin
on.
also.
So they have. And I've consented to oversee things. Just a little while. What about the gas canisters?
They've been disposed of, where they can't cause any harm.
So what do you think, having seen this for the first time in 30 years?
Oh,
Over
boy.
30 years.
Oh, boy.
Wait,
oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Actually, no, 30 years this year.
Yeah.
Can we have your daughter say something about how she feels about this? Go ahead, dear.
It's kind of eerie just watching. I don't know.
This is your mom.
How old are you right now?
17.
You're 17, and how
Yeah.
old were you when you did this, Jean Marie?
It was about. I just turned 21, I believe.
Okay, so she's barely older than you when she did this.
Yeah, it's like a different person almost, but it's weird.
We just put you on the spot there.
Yeah.
Sorry about
There's
that.
the arc.
Lou, she didn't even have headphones.
Oh, that. I guess we're coming close to the end of this now.
We are. Now, this was all stock stuff, correct? This probably wasn't even
Yeah,
Terry
we shot-
drive.
We shot this out at the dry lake.
Dry lake.
And these are some of the few shots where the actual hubcaps are still on. They used to fall off constantly.
Well, it's been
Malachi's
really
film.
fascinating having you guys here for this commentary. We're going to do another commentary later in the season.
Spec stayed on.
So thank you very much for joining us.
Well, we were
Thanks
pleased
for
to be
having
here
us.
and really
It's great
exciting.
to see you guys.
Right.
Thanks for having us.